Hey guys, this is Sunny with Sunny Healing Intuitions coming on for another podcast session. Today we're going to be talking about manifestation, ways you can manifest, the way to live that manifestation life. So if you're new here, please hit like and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning person who has been a subscriber for a bit, I appreciate you so much for sticking around. So, I did an introduction last week and posted that. So, it's a little lengthy, but it kind of goes into who I am, how I got into the spiritual work, how I got into podcasting, lots of stuff. So, it kind of goes down to the nitty gritty of the surface of my childhood trauma. So, moving forward, I may share some things that come up and also give spiritual tips, pull some cards, and just kind of go about the energy. Go over the energy about the time that we do the podcast. So, let's go ahead and dive into that. We do have the full moon that's coming up on the 19th of August, depending on where you are in the world. This is going to be the Aquarius full moon. Aquarius is my moon, rising, and Venus. And I know there's another aspect, I can't remember it right now, but I'm also Capricorn, Sun, and Mercury. So anyway, we do have Mercury in retrograde. We also have Chiron, the wounded healer, in retrograde. We also have Saturn and Pluto, Neptune. We have a lot of dark goddess energy going on, which is the divine feminine. And it's not like a dark magic type of vibe. It's more of like uprooting all of the shadows, our shadow aspect, the things that leave us in that low vibration of emotions with like fear, anxiety, not feeling worthy, things that we've been conditioned to believe about ourselves from society, from our parents, from the government, the patriarchy. So this is also, it's to me like it really is like, a lot of divine feminine energy, which we all, no matter if you're male or female, we all hold feminine and masculine energy. It doesn't matter what you believe, we all do. It's just what it is. So I feel like it's also using that masculinity, like by taking reins on our personal power. Being creative with the feminine energy. What do you want to create in your life? This is that manifesting energy. We got it. Like today was the last. Really, all of August is a very powerful month. We're not just releasing, we're creating. It's like we're coming to that end, but starting the new beginning. And it can be a lot, especially with retrogrades. We have that feeling of chaos that comes up every now and then. Like this week, there may be people who get triggered, and we just have to stay in our personal power. Don't let them take our power away. Don't let them get you feeling like you're doing something wrong by just stating how you feel or obviously be discerning about how you express it. We don't want to be hurting each other's feelings because we feel, like they're making us feel stupid, but we kind of have to tell them like, hey, this is like how I feel when this happens, like not you make me feel this way. Okay, we have control over how we feel. We have control over our responses. Just try to stay in that lane. And if people get triggered, then that's something coming up in their life. It's nothing about you. It's usually a reflection of what's bothering them. So just try to remain calm, stay in where you want to be at, So as we're going into the podcast and into manifestation talk, I do want to obviously, talk about me, because this is a podcast about my life and why I'm here and what I'm doing. So we talked about the energy that's going on, and I watch I tried to get into doing astrology, but I feel like I'm more into the cards, following my own inner intuition on the readings. And also, I am trying to expand in ways of teaching and healing, so I'm trying to focus on that. And astrology is a lot. It is a lot. And so I watch certain people that I trust on YouTube. Um, one is I can't remember the full name of it, but she is rewilding, and it's very like she's very passionate about it in a way that it's like it helps you it helps you to really like understand in a way that's empowering. And then I've got another lady, it's a Madrona's astrology updates, and she is like it's like a softer approach, and she goes really in depth as well. So they both kind of carry their own little essence. And then I've got my friend Sarah Lynn that does hers as well, and it's like between all of them, it's like it's so helpful to understand what's going on. And I like to touch up on that too, but I don't have that knowledge, so I try to share what's going on. But watching those energy updates really helps me to know where I'm at and what type of work I need to be doing. And right now it's that inner shadow work. And also like recognizing that we can rest. We've done so much work, and look at where we're at and maybe reassess what we're doing or where we want to go or how we want to do it. Like, are there changes, little tweaks, and you know things we want to mix up a little bit? And I'm just kind of going with the flow. And when I feel guided to do something, I just follow that. And then I usually will sit down and look into what that is I want to do or how I can create it. And just taking that step opens up so much for me. It helps me to see the vision of how I want to create it and how I want it to come in, but then also not attaching to the outcome of that. And that's the magic, that's the mixture magic of how we can get there. It's all mental and feeling and using the senses and our inner power and believing and doing. So I'm going to go over like all of that, but I just want to say that just a year ago, I wanted to be what I'm doing, where I'm at right now, doing what I'm doing right now. I was scared. I was afraid that people were going to talk bad about me, leave bad, like rude comments. And sure, yeah, that might happen. But guess what? I don't care. If they have something to say, then that's their own thing. That's not a reflection of me. And cool. If you don't like something, then don't watch it. Simple as that. You don't need to tear somebody else down. But I just also like I used to be really shy as a kid, and I never really felt like I was very creative. I did write poetry when I was in high school, and I was pretty damn good at it. And I did photography and video work after that, and I was good at that. But I just never carried anything through. And so now it's like I have that mindset. Like I am true Capricorn energy. Like if I want to do it, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to see it the way through, even if there's bumps and challenges that make me have to make changes and redo it over again. I don't care how many times it takes, I'm going to do it. And I don't watch my I don't watch my videos after I do them. I just post them, and however it works is how it works. We all fuck up. We all mess up. We make mistakes, but it's about how we get through them and how we get back up is what matters. So I am sitting here doing the things that I wanted to do after so many different ways. I have tried every single way of manifesting, and I found what works for me. It took a while. It took some trial and error. It took trying out new things and doing different things and just believing. The whole time I just said, you know what? I'm going to find it. I'm going to figure it out. And I'm still working on it. We're, manifesting, healing, spiritual work, learning. I can go on and on and on and on and on and still not be done learning and healing and growing and teaching, sharing what I know, what I've learned in the last year, much less 3 years. But I mean, it's like I found my niche, and that's what it's all about. Is you can watch a video and they'll be like, "Oh, just do this. Just do this." It's, you know, it works because it worked for them. But we need to find our way to do this. And you know, I was watching a video earlier. It was a reading about Aquarius, and I do watch more readings about Aquarius than I would about Capricorn, just because we do want to watch our rising and our moon. But there's so much Aquarius energy right now, and the full moon, and it's just what resonates for me more. So when I watched it, I wrote down some things. It was like, so there's something that I'm working on, and I'll go over that in a minute. But she said, you know, give up the creative flow to spirit. You've done enough work. It's time to let that go. They want to take over and show more guidance, which is amazing because I've been asking for that. And it said, stand out. You're not a perfectionist. You don't want that energy of perfectionist, because something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be something that I would feel is like a mistake, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and it's gonna be that step I need to take that I don't see coming. And let go and be different. And so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, because that's what I found worked for me, and the people that were just them and didn't edit the hell out of their readings, you know, that drives me nuts. Okay, I'm gonna go through everything, every mistake, because that's what's supposed to be there. That's the whole purpose of what's going on in our lives. Everything is planned, nothing's a coincidence, and what's meant to happen happens because of it's supposed to fucking happen. Okay, so moving on to the tips. Now, I'm gonna go through 7-8 different ways you can do this, okay? And not everything works for me. If you want to try more than one different way, and then, you know, just find out what works for you, you'll know, you'll feel it, and you'll see it happening. But you have to practice it for longer than a day or two, and you have to believe it, and you have to trust it, okay? So one method, and this is very common, is a vision board. You know, you can have just a piece of paper and find different things or write on it, or draw. You could do a big poster. You could make up like a wall. Like back in the day when I was growing up, we used to just tape magazine clippings of our favorite bands and stuff on a wall. You could do that. But you know, a vision board kind of helps you to keep that vision of what you want and in front of you every day, so you can see it. And then it helps with that imagination, because imagination is key. You have to be able to see it, feel it, sense it, smell it, hear it, because that's what it takes. You have to see it. That's the point of the vision board and of everything that we want to manifest. We have to see it. We have to feel it. We have to use all of our senses, because it wakes up that sixth sense that helps us to guide us to that gives the intuition that we get from our higher self. No matter where you believe in, like God, the universe, the quantum field, Jesus, whatever, you know, energy, everything comes from our higher selves, our ascended aspect of ourself. 2, journaling. I have several different journals. This is my everyday journal. I write everything down. I've got my own little bookmarks from Post-its. I mean, I am a creative, you know, person that's creating content. I've got my business planner, my business journal. We're gonna go over this, but this is another journal I have for manifesting. I have a calendar type journal, things that help me with, you know, stay on task. I've got my class journal, that's really a binder with paper in it and dividers like in school, you know. Journaling is like, you can use it in so many different ways. You could do channel journaling where you like you meditate on what you want and you like envision it, and then you just set pen to paper and just let it flow. You just let the words flow and just write it down. You don't even think about it, it just goes. Or you can write out what you want to happen in the way of like a letter, or you can write it in a way of a journal entry, or dear diary. I mean, who cares? Dear universe, dear higher self, name your higher self and write it to them. Write it as a strategy, a checklist, a plan, an outline of what you want. Whatever type of journaling you figure out you like to do that. Another way, number 3, would be positive affirmations. Daily. Every morning I wake up and I say, I am a abundant and successful entrepreneur. I am manifesting my desires. I am stepping into my most expansive and abundant timeline. I am powerful. I am full of magic. I am a goddess. I am calling in my success and abundance. It's as simple as that. You can even say, I feel abundant in joy. I say, abundance is flowing into my life every day in unexpected and wonderful ways. Things like that. Look up positive affirmations for money, for relationship, for sex, whatever you want, magic, whatever. Put that in there. You'll find out a lot of affirmations. You can look on Spotify. I love Habits of a Goddess. She does daily affirmations quite often, based on the energy of what's going on, releasing all kinds of stuff. I try to post them on my Facebook, but sometimes I just forget. I have one written down and then I'll just forget for days. It's terrible. Another way is to consider your dreams before you go to sleep to dream. This is a very powerful way that people just don't realize it works. You can journal before bed and set that imagination and lay down and start dreaming about it before you go to sleep. You can play that frequency dream sleep, like beta or theta waves, binaural waves to sleep, to manifest while you're sleeping. But thinking about it before you go to sleep or when you wake up in the morning is so close to the time that we're astral traveling. We're working through other timelines in our dreams. We're, stepping into what we're creating in our dreams. This like spirit working on what we want in our dreams. That's what it is, basically. We're doing work in our dreams. This is why a lot of times when you have something going on, like if you're doing a lot of releasing or healing work, inner shadow work, and you feel like you've slept 7 hours, but you wake up and you still feel tired, like you ran a marathon, it's because you were doing that work in your dreams. Another way, which is very simple, and it's more of like a supportive tip to the other tips that I gave you, is to hang around people that are positive. People who call you on your shit in the nicest way possible. People who motivate you, who you talk about, like, let's say you go to lunch and you've got these people, something happened, it was terrible, it really brought you down, and you just want to be with your people that lift you up. And so you show up and you're like, I went for this job or this position and it just didn't work out. Maybe I just need to stay where I'm at. And then your friend goes, no, you worked hard and you've been waiting for this. Now it's time for you to look elsewhere. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself to go and do this. That's the type of people I'm talking about. Surround yourself with positive people, people who are believing in their own dreams, people who are trying to create in their own lives, people who are trying to better their lives, to heal themselves. Look for those people. Those are the people I'm trying to look for around here. This is why I still don't have any friends, and I've been here for 2 years. 2 years and 2 months now. I've been here that long, and I have one friend. I've got my dad, and I've got family, but I don't talk to anybody but my dad and my family, and it's for a good cause, you know. But as far as friend goes, I've got one friend, and yeah, it is my own fault because, you know, I did kind of like back away from some people, but I quit drinking for my own reasons. And these people were for people I was drinking with, and I don't feel like I could hang out with them not drinking, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. So that's on me, but I mean, that's me doing what's right for me. So who's the real winner here? Then we're going to go back to this notebook. So another method is the 369 method. So little history here, or a little lesson, I should say, not history, although it is to do with history. But Nikola Tesla, everything adds up to a 9 in some capacity. You can try it. Everything comes to a 9. 369 method. So they believe that the key to your dream life is repetition. So this notebook has like attract what you desire. So where do I see myself in 1 year? Where do I see myself in 6 years, in 10 years? Am I doing what it takes to make my desires real? What is keeping me from what I want? What can I do to change this? And it goes more and more in depth, right? Then you start going through the 369 method. In the morning, you write what you want to manifest 3 times. In the afternoon, you write down what you want to manifest 6 times. And then in the evening, you do it 9 times. And then today, I am grateful for, because gratitude is another key to the success of manifestation. Gratitude helps you to live like it is now, because that's what you're doing with your imagination, is you're being in that imaginative state of being where you want to be, and feeling all the feelings you would have in that moment is helping you to feel the gratitude as if you're doing it now. Then you've got to walk the walk, you've got to talk the talk, and you've got to live in it. Because as you do that, you start to change the mindset, which is key to everything. As you bring in that gratitude, it aligns your head and your heart. So I'm going to show you something. I did a reading for somebody just recently, tonight actually, before I did this. So we've got the number 1 of the tarot deck, the Magician, okay? Which you see, he's got the infinity symbol on his head, which means that from every ending comes a new beginning. And you've got this energy that he's manifesting what he's desiring. He's working the magic. This is number 2 of the deck, the High Priestess. Here's the crown chakra. This is what aligns us with the guidance from Spirit. Okay? The Ace of Wands. This is us lighting our inner flame, using our third eye to light up that flame for the creativity that we need in the flow in order to create the ideas of what we want to create. So with this energy, we're manifesting from the guidance we're getting, but like creating with magic, because we're feeling it, we're seeing it in real time, like it's now. And if we can live it and walk that walk and like envision it and repeat it and journal and have that gratitude, you're going to start seeing everything align, because that mindset is changing into believing it, because you're doing that repetition. You're doing it daily. It's a daily practice. Now it's a part of your life. And as you're making that a part of your life, you're putting it into motion, and everything's starting to happen. And then you start seeing things happen. And if you think whatever it is that you believe in yourself or whatever, you could thank yourself and feel that gratitude in your heart. Everything's gonna start flowing in so freaking fast, you have no idea. I mean, just from like March 22nd is the day that I stopped drinking. That's when I started saying, I'm gonna save all the money that I've been spending on booze, and I'm gonna put this towards moving out and paying off my debt. I became debt free. I found this place. I moved in here. I had really taken off with my business within the just past 2 months. And to me, that's just the support that I'm finding within my community. The people who are following me along, the people who are trusting in me to give them the messages of their readings, the guidance. People who I've helped open their mind and hearts and soul to where they should be by believing in themselves, by using the symbols, which I've created a video on of more information of how these work and the alignments that I'm still learning. I still have more alignments that I'm putting in my tool belt to help with the healing, to expand your own vision, to expand your belief system, to expand your emotions into higher vibrations of joy and happiness, believing and seeing it and then living that way. This is my purpose. This is what brings me joy and happiness. And that's what I'm doing. I'm living it out now. I didn't believe in myself before. And then I just started making these little tiny changes daily. And eventually it was a bunch of changes. And now I've lost weight. I'm healthier than I've ever been in my entire life. I do everything with ease because I just believe in myself now. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that, you can find that in yourself and that you can ask and, feel free to ask me any questions. You can write a comment, just, I personally ask you to interact with my videos by liking, subscribing, and commenting, because it does help me to get this out there and it supports me in that way, and that's what I appreciate. But, also, just knowing if I helped you in some way is helpful to me to keep having this drive to do it. But, email me, send me a message on Facebook, write a comment, ask questions. I'm here to help you. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this deck, the same deck that I was looking at. Such a beautiful deck. So we're going to go ahead and get guidance for this energy today. I'm not taking those. Those are same cards I had in the last reading. Just going to see what's here. Oh man, look at that. The choice to come into partnership with spirit, with your community, with some type of project that you may want to do, or if you're meeting someone new, this may be like a soulmate energy. This is my soulmate card. This is coming into harmony with another energy. Okay, so whatever type of energy you feel that resonates with you from this message, that's what this is regarding. Don't stay stuck. There needs to be some type of change or change in your belief systems. Don't let anybody take your power away by telling you that something should be a certain way when you believe it should be a specific way that works for you. And continue to move on away from things that don't work for you, and speak your truth. Speaking your truth is going to set you free and to believing in yourself, because you're setting those boundaries and you're standing by them, standing your ground, moving on away from those turbulent waters into something that's a little bit more calm that you can wait in, because it's your own believing in yourself. This is what we need to do. This aligns with everything we talked about. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out right now. I'm going to be doing a reading for the full moon in Aquarius this weekend. Maybe actually before the weekend, so that way we can get that out there and you can be prepared. So I love you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm sending so much love, healing, and light to you all if you're willing to receive. Take care. Bye-bye.